Why are you single? I just moved across the country for a job that is work from home right now and don't know anyone. My apartment is so far from any place where I could meet people it would cost an arm and a leg to ride share back and forth if drinking was involved. Not really sure what to do. The dude I love doesn't feel the same way. The dude I live with is happy to share a home and companionship but would be too ashamed/humiliated to have me as a GF. I never get approached, and if I did, I'd be too suspicious. I'll never ever approach another dude. Seeing that flash of panic as they try to work out the nicest way to explain I'm too ugly is just too much. Because I'm fat and not attracted to other fat people, and the gay community doesn't like fat guys unless they are also fat. There is more than one reason, TBH. The first one is that, although I'm straight, I don't really want to have a relationship with a girl, at least for now, because when I was a kid, I got rejected pretty badly by the girl I liked, and since then I have the feeling that I don't trust women enough. Guess I was traumatized. Second, I lack the skills to ask someone out or whatever. And third, I don't feel like I'm good enough to do it. TLDR, got rejected, don't know how to ask people out, not good enough. I'm trash. I moved to a different country right before the pandemic, so I couldn't go out, and now I don't know how to meet new people. I was deeply, head over heels, absolute soulmate in love with my ex. He would purposefully ruin things as soon as we were comfortable and happy, pull away, come back. I have cried every day about it for 4 months. I broke up with him. He refused to even want to be happy, he just couldn't do it. There was never any cheating, but it was so much heartbreak and drama to constantly start to be comfortable only for him to go out of his way to ruin that. He wasn't ready, he couldn't deal with it. I couldn't handle it, so I walked away. It hurts more than anything else I've been through, and my heart still has some sort of calm permanence to it when I think about him. But we drive past each other daily and we haven't spoken in 4 months. I moved states and gave up my entire life and everything I had ever known to support him when his dads were dying, 4 months apart this year, but it never got better. He didn't want to be happy, he didn't want a healthy relationship, he wanted things the way they have always been for him. I did everything I could to work with him, but I was cheating myself and so tired of doing everything and being everything and always being the good one, I finally had enough and walked away. Only time in my life I have ever felt this way. It took me 2 entire years to move past being just his friend because I was so scared at how deeply I felt for this person after being in a seriously loveless abusive marriage for 3 years between meeting him and marriage ending. He was also in an abusive marriage most of his life. We came out of our traumas completely differently. I tried so hard, I cry every single day, but I've stood my ground and maintained zero contact even though it is so painful, and some days I'd give up everything just to wake up with him again. I just can't put up with so much drama and unhappiness completely made up by someone who has no idea how to be happy and will forever sabotage it. I hate it so much. I'm asexual, aromantic, and am the sort of person who doesn't need a so in my life. It's too much drama and effort anyway. Who has time for romance when I can game, read, plot world domination, enjoy life, consume souls, have expensive hobbies, and live out my introvert hermit dream just fine on my own. I may have avoidant attachment. I get scared when relationships want firm commitment and I start to pull away. Then if I feel that I am in a situation that feels inescapable, I start to self-sabotage my own relationship and myself. I also might be attracting people who are anxious attachment. I don't know. I have things I have to work on with myself before I allow someone into my mess. I'm on S credit. I'm introverted, shy, and ugly. Everyone at my school is gay or annoying, and since I'm not old enough for, say, a dating app, so I'm stuck here for a while. I did have a girlfriend, but her family is now across the country, so we broke sadly. My recently ended relationship was, in hindsight, highly abusive. I'm healing. I'm not very attractive or sociable, also low self-esteem. I grew up overweight, bullied, and depressed, so how I look now doesn't matter. I've lost a lot of weight since graduation, met some nice people online, and was sucked into my hobbies to the point of dependency. I had a date that was going very well, and then she left after seeing my house. When she saw I had a spare room full of Lego boxes, Pokemon games, and Japanese toys from a show I watch, she left. She wanted a man, not a boy. I cried for so long after that incident. I never dated after that night. Since then, I've cut off almost all social interaction besides childhood friends, family, and co-workers, in that order. I'm trying to level up. I don't want to be. But I'm 50 and shy and nobody notices me. I might as well be invisible. Because I'm happier. Got out of a 6-year relationship, figured the best way to get over someone is to get under another. I've been sober almost 4 months, God willing, and I'm just taking time for myself. I'm definitely grateful that I'm not racing after the next booty call, and when I'm ready I'm starting to realize what will make me happy, content or miserable. I haven't been putting myself out there and I have a lot of work to do on myself. Nothing about me stands out. Average looking, average intelligence, average social skills. Just a kinda person. Cause my wife left me. And JK, my girlfriend of a year and half, cheated on me with this dude, and I've never really been into dating since. For granted it was like 2 weeks ago I found out. Because there are so many things I'd like to work on myself before I can focus on someone else. Because he just broke up with me. Over text smile. Because I'm awful, just awful. And hashtag X200B. Direct quote, BTW. I don't care enough to pursue a relationship. You know, reverse card. I recently have broken up with my girlfriend and it's because of the stress she had. Because I'm 14 and my last not so serious relationship said I was one entity loving her enough and that she liked someone else. I have made a decision in my life to never have a relationship, because of what struggles it brings. I usually question whether that decision has made a difference or not, seeing that I am an ugly and annoying idiot. Women generally aren't into bi guys and gay men aren't into bi guys. I'm never around women in a situation where it isn't weird to talk to them. Perhaps I just don't care to drum up conversation with strangers. The only time I do is when I'm traveling in the airports. Blame that on the small town living. First impressions make the person BS. I live in a tent. Because all the loyal women found someone years ago, when we were all much younger. And the rest are just floating around from guy to guy. Something, she said he's just a friend. Sick of the lying and games people play. I'd rather be single than try dating again. My father is a narcissistic piece of human cancer and I think him already too much like him, so I'm ensuring his last name ends at me. I consider sex to be too high risk of extending his bloodline, and from what I can gather from people who are and have actually been in relationships, a relationship can't function without sex. So I'm single so that I can end my narcissistic father's bloodline without getting anyone else caught in the crossfire. I am desperately scared of forming connections with people, only to hurt them after being an asshole, like I always do. Edit, Grandma. Because I miss my ex and can't seem to get over it, nor do I want to. I just miss her so much. Just haven't had the desire to truly make an attempt. I don't go out much as it is and I spend a majority of my time working. Relationships takes a lot of both time and energy. Because the idea of dating exhausts me. This is probably a common response, but I lack the social skills and social intelligence. I'm also horrible at maintaining relationships of any kind. I don't even have friends. The last time I had friends was in middle school. That, and I have a low tolerance for people and social situations in general. At this point in my life, I'm perfectly content to be alone. It's not like very many of my interests have much of a social capacity anyway. I don't know how old this is making me sound, but I turn 19 in about half a month. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm also asexual and sex repulsed. Since sex seems to be important in a relationship to a lot of people, I'd rather not get involved romantically with someone just to find out that our relationship won't work out just because I can't adequately satisfy their sexual needs. That's not good for my mental health or my time. Why do you assume I'm single?